the young man who feared failing again, but rose stronger. After Before This Hour ends, you will hear a story about a young man named Michael, a man who lost everything: love, confidence, trust, purpose, and almost lost himself. A man who feared failing again so deeply that life became a quiet, invisible prison. But this is not a story of defeat. It is a story of healing, rebuilding, and rising stronger than the pain that broke him. If you are listening right now, if you've ever felt lost, afraid, or unsure of yourself, stay with me, because Michael's story might help you find a piece of yourself again. And if you're new here, subscribe to join a community of people healing, growing, and becoming stronger every day. Michael once believed he had everything: a relationship he thought would last forever, plans, dreams, promises, all tied to one person. But one day, the person he loved most walked away. No warning, no explanation, just a quiet ending. And when she left, she didn't just break his heart, she broke the version of himself he believed in. Michael stopped eating regularly, stopped leaving the house. His mornings were heavy, his nights were lonely. Everywhere he looked, something reminded him of what he lost. He tried to move forward, but fear followed him closely. Fear of loving again, fear of trying again, fear of failing again. His mind repeated the same quiet lie: you're not good enough. Days became weeks, weeks became months. He felt like time moved, but he didn't. Michael had always dreamed of something bigger, not money, not fame, but a simple, powerful dream: to become a man who lived with purpose, a man he could respect, a man his younger self would be proud of. But pain made that dream feel impossible. He began believing that his heartache was proof he wasn't meant for more. One day, Michael tried to rebuild his life, just a small step. He applied for a job he wasn't sure he'd get. He showed up nervous, shaky, but hopeful. He didn't get it. And when he got the rejection email, his chest tightened. His mind whispered, "See? You fail at everything." That one moment crushed him more than the breakup, because now it wasn't just love he failed, it was life itself. Michael began avoiding opportunities, avoiding people, avoiding anything that required courage. He became a ghost within his own life, present but not living. He woke up tired. He went to bed empty. And somewhere along the way, Michael stopped believing in tomorrow. One night, sitting on the floor with his back against the cold wall, he whispered, "Maybe I'm not meant to be anything." Tears fell quietly. Pain he never showed anyone poured out. But without knowing it, that moment, that breaking point, would become the beginning of his rise. It wasn't a grand event, not a miracle, not a perfect opportunity. It was something small. Michael walked into a cafe one morning, eyes tired, spirit low. The cashier, an old man with gentle eyes, looked at him and said, "Rough morning?" Michael nodded. The old man smiled and replied, "Good. That means you're still fighting." Something inside Michael shifted. It was the first time someone saw him, not the broken version, but the version that was trying. That night, Michael sat on his bed and made himself a promise. "I will try, even if I'm afraid, even if I fail, even if it hurts." Not a huge promise, just one step. He cleaned his room, a small victory. He went for a walk, another small win. He read a few pages of a book. Healing began. Slowly, almost invisibly. Michael realized something powerful. Healing doesn't happen in a moment. It happens in a series of quiet choices. He started writing down his thoughts. He started letting go of what wasn't meant for him. He started treating himself like someone worth saving. And for the first time in a long time, Michael felt alive. Michael began working on his lifelong dream: to become the man he once needed, a confident, stable, growing version of himself. He learned skills he once avoided. He built discipline where fear used to live. He showed up every day, even when no one clapped. His progress was slow, but real. Eventually, an opportunity came again, a chance to improve his life. And even though his hands shook, he took it. And this time, he didn't run. He didn't hide. He didn't let fear decide his future. He was becoming someone new, His life didn't instantly change, but he did. He became patient. He became brave. He became resilient. He became someone who didn't fear failure anymore. Michael understood something life-changing. I didn't rise because life became easier. I rose because I became stronger. If you're listening to this, maybe you've been where Michael was. Maybe you're afraid to try again. Maybe you're tired of hurting. But hear me clearly. Your story is not over. Your pain is not your ending. You can rebuild yourself too, quietly, gently, patiently. And when you rise, you will look back and realize that the heartbreak, the fear, the tears were not destroying you. They were preparing you. If Michael's story touched your heart, subscribe and stay with us. Your healing journey matters. Your comeback story is waiting to be written.